apparently my Xbox just suddenly just kicked off. And it's just like, oh, okay, now it's gone apparently. I don't know what happened. Okay, so there are 6 of you. Just to inform you, just random failure. I'm being invited back into the session, and hopefully we can resume of what will hopefully be a very good, yes, a very good Spanish Grand Prix. Yes, indeed. Very, very sorry for that, random interruption, everybody. I have no idea what happened there. Anyways, so we're here on Circuit de Barcelona for the Spanish Grand Prix. I can now see chat now, so please feel free to type anything. We are now waiting for Q1, and, well, so currently who we have today in today's lineup, so unfortunately not all 20 drivers could make it today, which is very unfortunate. But currently we have Atway, 2D, Wise, Joe Pelly, Careless Jackson, BG Bullbeast, Zola, Soak, Smooth, Fletch, RB Llama, Young Maneuver, Low, Waldo, Edgar, and Trap Paulos. Getting everything set up here. And there we go. Just as easy as that. Oh, there we go. Okay, you should all be notified and should be coming in now. Currently, Soak is the first one out on track, and indeed seems to be the first one with a lap invalidation. Very, very poor performance, but hopefully we will see something better from this from the X3 driver, hopefully soon. This also includes Fletch 2020 1390, who's another new driver to the roster. Yep, we have Sector 3 yellow flags. I just think that's one of the Red Bulls going slow. I think that was Atway. Actually, no, that would be Alpha Tauri. Excuse me. Indeed, Barcelona is a fairly tricky track to master. I mean, just look at the track map. I mean, I don't even. Wait a minute. I'm gonna have to go on BG Pulpies. Like, what is this corner? Why does this need? Why does? Hang on, I'm gonna switch over to RB Llama. Why does this corner require to exist? I will never know. Edgar has retired early from the session. I suppose to get that sort of, I suppose, last place type advantage, so that way everybody can basically crash out. But XRL Edgar should already know, even in Spain, that most of these drivers do not muck about. Oh dear, no, that must be an error. No. So I just saw Edgar on like the middle of X2. Oh, Fletch is out. That's a terrible crash. Oh dear. Right when it happened. Absolutely staggering as we're currently on Soak's view. Hello, Asmo. Good to see you. So very much a very crazy Q1, which never really happens, but once again, we do have some X3 guys in the mix, so of course we don't know what we're going to get. Of course, Atway is up first with a 116.202, followed by BG Bullbeast with a 116.5, and Low, after Bullbeast, followed with a 119.5. Yes, hello, Sasha Andre. Hello, Dedgar. Most likely, speaking of which, there goes Wise slowing out of the pits. Oh, Sorry for that. So yeah, currently everybody is fitted with intermediates, or like half of the grid is filled with intermediates. I don't know why. It looks like a fairly clear track to me. And Sasha, we most likely will see another spectacular performance by Wise that we got to see last week. Oh! And there's Wise pulling over. I'm supposing to let the two Ferraris by, and that's going to be Zola and XRL Low going by there. Yes, indeed. If you did not see last week's race, which you should after the broadcast, as I said before we had our little technical failure, you need to watch it. It was insane to an eye. This man right here that you're watching right now, the number 12 machine of Wise in his Mercedes, absolutely blasted through the streets of Singapore last week. And we're talking not only just like a 5-second difference or a 7-second difference between him and second place. We mean a full 20 to 24 second difference. I have never seen this kind of pace before in any form of the sport. Not even in Formula One, I suppose. Lewis Hamilton. Oh, there's Soak. There's one of the new guys, Soak, with a 1:15.6. Now, it will be said, I think Soak and indeed Fletch, even though Fletch had a fairly bad time in on the straight there, I believe entering into Sector 2, had a fairly bad time there, but, well, I mean, the X3 guys are pretty good, but nothing like the X2 guys where you really have to just constantly lie in wait. Honestly, Deadger, I have no idea why they're on intermediates. Personally, to me, it looks like a fairly dry track out there. Maybe they're just going to wear off their intermediates so that way they can just stick with every other kind of compound of tire. Even though I still have no idea. I'm still awaiting from Zola for the track information about what kind of weather we're going to be seeing today. With around 10 minutes on the clock, it seems that Wise is just currently setting himself up to do another fantastic flying lap. It's pretty much all on the table for Wise as he now goes out of the final corner onto the straight. ERS full, 7th gear. And now going into 8th gear, the ERS is now depleting as we go through, I believe that was the number board on the Rolex Tower, as Wise starts to brake for the first corner. And just watch how consistent this guy is, with his, even with intermediates. The Romanian is just a, oh, hello. Oh, he's just letting Careless Jackson by. Look how polite he is. Discord. Okay. Okay, Deadger is coming in. Oh, they're different. So Sedger and Deadger, okay. So Deadger is saying it is going to be a dry race, just clouding in the race with the sun out. Fair enough. So yeah, there's going to be no reason to use the intermediates. So, right now, for around 9 minutes left in the session, we're looking at a very good opportunity by one of the new guys, Soak 6366. And there's Zolan out of the session as he's going into the pits to retire. 9 minutes now left on the clock as we get to see a young maneuver flying down the straight, hopefully for another better lap. And let's just say the timing board is as follows. Soak up front with a 1:55.6, followed by Atway with a 1:16.2. Then Low in third with a 1:16.3. BG Bullbeast with a 1:16.567. Then we have Careless Jackson in fifth place, rounding out your top five with a 1:16.8. That's Wise retiring there. I don't know why Wise just retired. And also, before I continue down the order, Zola has, I believe, given an explanation for the inters. And they're all on inters for everyone is thrown there. saving their tires for Q2 and Q3, so just pretty much what I expected, to be honest. Anyways, so then we have, oh, that's Tootie going slow, letting, I believe, Hatsway by, and some of the other drivers, as we're about to see, throughout this corner. I believe that's going to be, yep, that's his teammate, Careless Jackson, going by there, and I believe after that, that is Young Maneuver. Yep. Yep, that is Fletch DNF. Unfortunately, he seemed to bend it on the straight, Zola. I have no idea how he did it, but he did it. Oh. Fletch is saying, my bad. It's okay, there's still the race to come. So yes, indeed. Then, of course, I'm sorry to get off track. Actually, Careless Jackson has overtaken whoever was in 5th with a 116.43, followed by Smooth with a 118.0. And then we have Zola with a 121.0, who has indeed retired from the Q1 session. 2D now with a 127.9, Wise with a 128.5. Very interesting to see him at the bottom of the grid this time round, because usually he's just right at the front and nobody can catch up to him. Maybe the Barcelona track isn't just... let's just say the Barcelona track is fairly infamous for its somewhat crazy and long long corners. And then, of course, I think we're still having the top 15. So, Trap Palos still needs to make somewhat of a advancement if he wants to get anywhere near onto Q2. There's Young Maneuver, and indeed Soak 366. And there's Trap Palos now with a 115.5, as we just saw there. Let's talk about 0 to hero. Now Edgar's now on the chopping block if it is going to continue to be top 15. However, if it's not going to be top 15, currently Wise and Young Maneuver separate themselves from the chopping block. Absolutely incredible of how he could just twist and turn that Haas car. Just those corners, through those corners in Barcelona. As Careless Jackson now retires from the session, we continue to see more retirements in the coming day. Hello, Tootie. Nice to see you again, buddy. With around now 5 minutes left in the session, it is now or never for these guys, including that being of Joe Pelly, Waldo, and Llama. They all have to make their mark here or be under threat by the chopping block. And there's now Joe Pelly with a 125.0, now climbing right up on top of Tootie, now separating him from the chopping block, as Tootie also made a fantastic 127.9, but he's going to have to continue to fight back if he wants to, but it doesn't seem like he's going to, since he is currently in the pits. I hope everybody's currently having a terrific Sunday. Also, I hope everybody is currently hyped for the, I believe it was the 7 hours of Belgium that's close? I can't be sure. Oh, wow. Okay, Waldo now on pole with a 115.5. Absolutely great from these drivers, of course, constantly just showing their best. as currently we have 13 people currently in the session, as we're now clocking down to 3 minutes left. Currently everybody is not on track except for RB Llama. Unfortunate for him, he is currently in 14th place, or no, 14th position for Q1, and he's going to have to try and find some way to get up the block and try to maybe see if he can't get anywhere near a 127, or just, he needs to set a lap time, really. And hopefully that is what we will be seeing soon, as we're now going on board with RB Llama. Whoa! A bit of a curb rotation by Llama there, as he continues to go through Barcelona's infamous corners. This track is very much, well, infamous for throwing new and experienced drivers off guard. However, it seems to not phase RB Llama, as he now sets a purple Sector 2, as indeed 2D and Smooth E25 retire from the session. The number 50 Renault machine is continuing to go through the corners and seems to be doing a good job of it, as he now goes through the final corners of the straight, now onto the home stretch. What will he get? And that's going to be a 1:15.667. Absolutely a fantastic flying lap by RB Llama there. It's great to see him doing his best once more. Also, I'm also posting a little announcement that the XRL round 8 for X3 is currently posted right now. So if you guys don't want to go watch the replay of the X3 Spanish Grand Prix, you can now. As now we're clocking now down to 40 seconds left of this qualifying session. Pretty much everybody else is fairly relaxed. $20 seconds. So it seems like a very much a non-characteristically maneuver. Wise is now currently in P13. And now we're coming now onto the results of Q1. And currently we have Waldo, followed by Trap, followed by Soak, followed by Llama, followed by Atway. And then of course we have Low, Bullbeast, Careless Jackson, Smoothie 25, Zola, Joe Pelly, 2D, Wise, Young Maneuver. Young Maneuver and Fletch currently being the point of the chopping block for all of the other drivers. Atway now leaves the session for some reason. Currently the people on the chopping block and that will not be able to qualify in Q2 will be Fletch, Edgar. Oh, that's the only two. Okay, to be fair, they both retired due to going on the straight, to be honest. So yeah, with Fletch and Edgar now out of the qualifying session, I wonder what we shall see next. Currently the Finn of Waldo is currently pretty much leading up front, and which is very uncharacteristic because, you know, Wise, always up front, the equivalent of Lewis Hamilton in this series. As we can now hear the V6s starting up and revving up, as some of them are indeed coming out now, as there's Wise now coming out. a Red Bull, and Atway has indeed rejoined. Okay, chat. Okay, post your predictions of, well, what is going to happen. Are we going to see an absolutely enormous wreck? We're talking a big one here in Barcelona, or are we just going to see once more a fairly clean getaway from the X2 guys? Even with the two new guys. Obviously, Shashan Gray, posting that pretty much in any sort of situation, Wise will indeed get P1 here. And to be honest, I can agree. I mean, Wise has been such a dominant player in this series. It just looks like he has an enormous tower, and so far, nobody has dared to knock it down yet. However, it looks like maybe somebody is actually trying to make the attempt, and that's going to be Waldo. With that fantastic Q1 session, we could see anything from him. And I mean anything. After all, this is X2. Although it's not dev, it's still a little bit crazy in its own right. Also, hello everybody, all 17 of you watching the stream right now. It's an honor to be doing this for you guys again. Sector 3 yellow flags actually, and it's immediately cleared up. So yeah. It's currently near around 12 seconds, or no, not 12 seconds, 12 minutes left in the session, with already a purple sector 1 time by Wise. Once more, just blitzing through the corners. Nothing is phasing him. Just look at those tight turns, and now onto the straight of sector 2. And I believe that is somebody up front, and I believe that is going to be the racing point of Young Maneuver up in front of Wise. And just look how easily Wise can just simply catch up to other drivers. Oh, that's a bit of a yellow flag there from a Haas car. I don't know what that's all about. There's Lowe now posting a 116.40, followed by BG Bullbeast with a 116.3. Wise on pole position now with a 115.6. Now I wonder, can Soak and or Waldo, can they dethrone Wise, I wonder. Now we currently have RB Llama in P2 with a 116.2, followed by 2D now with a 116.229. So pretty much Lowe immediately just gets dethroned. Oh. There's Wise going off track to, I believe that was Careless Jackson or 2D by. And there's Trap Paulos, RB Llama. There's a lot of guys on track. Could we see another contender maybe for dethroning Wise? We're just gonna have to see and find out. However, I do believe Soak and Waldo might be able to do the job if they can just get a clean and consistent lap. However, of course, they're gonna have to roll that dice to see if that is what will happen. Ten minutes now left in the session for Q2. All eyes on Soak to see if he can't bring a fantastic lap to the table. Oh, that's honestly hilarious, Asmo. So Asmo's saying in P1 there shall be Wise. Asmo says in P2 Uter, and then P3 for 85. That's basically his entire name. And indeed, Wise has indeed bowed out of this, bowed out of Q2. I mean, personally, to me, with how much he's stacked the odds against the rest of the drivers, I wouldn't blame him. With around near 9 seconds, 9 minutes left in the session. However, Soak does have a fantastic purple Sector 1 time. And we'll have to see if he can't add to that with a purple Sector 2. As we look on from the Williams car. I mean, at least we don't have the Colgate livery that we saw in 2018. Or no, excuse me, in 2019, my bad. As near 8 minutes left in the session, we're just going to have to see what So can bring to the table as he now enters the final corner. And what will he get? And that's going to bring him up to right up to pole with a 1:15.63. So 0.03 of a second faster than Wise. This kid has potential, I'm telling you. He just beat Wise. I think we're going to see an absolutely fantastic race between Soak and Wise, and maybe even Waldo if he can get himself together in the race to come. So currently the line goes down as follows. Soak, Wise, 2D, Trapalos, RB Llama, Lowe, Careless Jackson, Young Maneuver, BG Bullbeast, Joe Pelly, Atway, Zola, Smooth, and Waldo. Sasha Andre is saying, is this Michael Schumacher if Wise is Hamilton and 2D Latifi? I mean, to be honest, I don't think 2D is that bad. I mean, personally, I hope Pengu isn't in chat right now. But I think Pengu is, to be honest, the Latifi. That's how I feel. Sorry, Pengu, if you heard that. Anyways, as Q2 currently starts to wind down with around near 6 minutes left in the session, we continue to see Soak still up in front and showing no sign of slowing down. I think we will see a fantastic race between Soak and Wise throughout this race, but of course, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Oh! Oh! That's Soak now into the gravel trap! Yellow flags! Yellow flags! Sector 2! Oh dear, I don't know what happened there. He must have touched the curb and, well, done him a Manuel Spinella. Wait. They're talking about Otmir, who I believe is a football and Fortnite player, apparently. And indeed in esports, which I don't know about who Otmir is. So I'll just keep my mouth shut. Even though that is the direct opposite of what I'm told to do every single time we go live. There's now around 5 minutes now left in the session. Smooth now entering the pits. BG Bullbeast still trying to make something up and indeed make up a decent lap with his Racing Point. But the question is, will he? It's honestly crazy to think of Formula 1 cars like this. I mean, you have so much power behind the wheel and behind the foot. I mean, and the only way you can pretty much turn into corners is just braking and turning in. It's very an interesting concept, I find. Now, will we see Atway with, I believe that is his AlphaTauri teammate of XRL Waldo? Will we be able to see Atway and Waldo make some form of pace here, and indeed maybe catch up to Soak and Wise up in P1 and indeed P2, as now Waldo passes Atway. I must say, I don't think this is going to be the best lap from Waldo. Asmo hopes that he hopes that F1 2021 engines will indeed sound better. I think they are continuing to stay with the V6 power units, and indeed with the singular turbo, so we won't have anything like we saw in the 80s. Oh, absolutely not. But I also hope that I don't know. I'm kind of with Sebastian Vettel on this. I want to see V10s and V12s return. I feel like F1 would get a lot more fans back, to be honest. And it's just by sound. But of course, currently, if you are wishing to watch basically 2005 Formula One cars in a quote-unquote season, then check out what's called Boss GP. They are still running V10s. Waldo's still in the back with a 119.6, as now there's around 2 minutes left in the session. It's going to be now or never for Waldo here. Waldo looking great and tall during Q1, but seems to be falling back into last place. In Q2, as now Careless Jackson, Zola, and Soap retire from the session. Also, personally to me, I'm just wondering, so this, I guess, is going to be a small survey. So, I want all 13 of you, if you guys don't mind, to post in the comment section below, or no, excuse me, not the comment section below, in the chat, of what your favorite era of F1 is. Personally, to me, I find that I like the early 90s, so around 1990 to 1995, say. But I also like the early the late 90s and early 2000s. My favorite team, that's gonna be Scuderia Ferrari. I'm sorry, but I'm a hard Ferrari fan. Speaking of which, there's Lowe currently going slow there with a 116.4. The Ferrari team in X2 hasn't really done too well, say, in the last seasons. It's mainly been, well, accurate to the real-life rendition. And, well, Mercedes is just stealing it away with their quote-unquote Lewis Hamilton. So, apparently Llama is a fan of the Lauda and Hunt era, so during the 70s, when we had enormous airboxes. And if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to have to put that as my second favorite time. The third would be in the 60s. Fourth would be the 80s. Oh, absolutely not, Asmo. So, Asmo's saying there is nothing compared to the Fangio era up until the 70s. And, I have to agree with him. So apparently Tootie believes that he's the youngest person in XRL. I don't know, man. I mean, Danny JJ sounded pretty damn young. Young Maneuver now retiring from the session. As the chat continues to, well, chatter about. Now we currently have 15 people in the session, or in the chat right now. Damn, okay. Tootie has been... Okay, wow. Asmo says Tootie needs a milk bottle. Oh, hilarious. As currently the timer clocks to 0 here in Barcelona, Spain, and here is the results from Q2. We currently have Soak up in front. An Irishman, okay. Followed by Wise, followed by 2D, followed by Trap Paulos, followed by Joe Pelly, followed by Young Maneuver, followed by Atway, followed by Llama, followed by Careless Jackson, and followed by Waldo. And then Waldo and Lowe are on the chopping block. So with Zol, excuse me, I think I should have said Waldo and Lowe at the same time. We got Lowe, Smooth, Zola, and Bull Beast. There we go. I'm just screwing up all sorts of places. So Lowe, Smooth, Zola, and Bull Beast will be not competing for Q3. However, everybody else will. Well, actually, I didn't mean to say it that way, Soak. I'm just saying that it's interesting to see an Irishman here. I mean, usually all we have is just Romanians. Romanians aren't bad, but there's a lot of them here. Also, greetings from the U.S. Oh. Zola now firing a roast at Soaker, saying, yeah, normally Irish can't drive. Yeah, I actually have a fair amount of Irish blood in me as well, believe it or not. As 2D's gonna, I believe, is gonna be the first one out, and I have lied. That's gonna be Careless Jackson up. No, it goes even further still. So currently, Trap Paulos is the first one out the door. Oh! So Zola just firing back at Lowe, saying that explains a lot, Lowe. And now the chat is currently dying, and laughter, I mean, not in popularity, thank God. As the 98 Haas car continues to go around the track of Circuit de Barcelona. And indeed, I believe Trap Paulos will indeed be the first one to conduct a lap, so we will be staying with him for the entirety of it. So let's go. Let's go race. And now that he's crossed the line, and the timer has indeed started for Trap Paulos here for around 10 minutes now for Q3. As Trap Paulos currently now goes through a couple more of the corners that can indeed be detrimental and treacherous at the same time. After all, or however, Trap Paulos seems to be it just doesn't faze him currently. As we see a little bit of a brake lock there. As he continues to just fly in and out through the corners. As we continue to see Sector 3 yellow flags for some reason. I guess that's going to be maybe Waldo or Atway. And apparently FN Starfish 19 has indeed joined Does anybody know who that is? Or do we just have a random person in the lobby right now? Trap Palos now setting the first lap with a 1:15.3. That's a fantastic lap currently. RB Llama now with a 1:50. No, excuse me, Trap. No, excuse me. Wise. P1 with a 1:14.8. Trap Palos with a 1:15.3. Followed by Llama with a 1:15.8. Followed by Young Maneuver with a 1:19.2. And then there's Careless Jackson with a 1:16.6. That's sector 2 yellow flags, and I believe that is going to be of a Haas car. Maybe. Potentially. That's a... Oh, dear. Trap Palos has done a Spinala. There's 2D now with a 1:15.0 with Soak with a 1:15.1. Okay. So great, we have 2 Irishmen here. As long as we have no drinking songs here, I think we're safe. Well, Lucky Grid's not full because they do that when lobby full. They're getting punished for it. Okay. Unfortunately for 2D, he has indeed invalidated his lap time, and he's now going into pits in shame. Soak, as we're now running on board with Soak and his Williams. The Irishman has shown his cunning wit, I would say, throughout this track. However, I must say he will have to try it next lap by, and no, he's not. He's going to be going fully into the pits now. A lot of people are now going into the pits. There's now Joe Pelly. Joe Pelly once... Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking of Jeebus John. I don't know where Jeebus John went. Did anybody know where Jeebus went and maybe Danny JJ? Oh dear! So we're getting some very, very terrible news that Jeebus John has apparently broken both of his arms and he's out for the rest of the season. Oh dear. Well, personally to me, my best wishes are with Jeebus John and indeed his family. It's sad to hear it's unfortunately happened to him. Oh, hello, somebody's stopped on track. Nope, they're resuming. So, Soaker is saying some Irish gibberish. They're saying, secretly using 3-lap-old softies. Okay. I didn't understand for a second. And Zola explains that is why the grids are so short of drivers. One was in a car crash, and John had his and people not turned up. And Zola is saying, fortunately, he is okay, but he's not sure how. With around now 5 minutes left in the session, so far it seems that Wise will indeed be the first one off the grid. With Soak now coming on for his for another outlap, I suppose, to see if he can't continue to try and beat Wise's 1:14.8. Careless Jackson now retiring from the session, being the first one now. And I want to see if so can potentially make an extremely quick lap. Young Maneuver now retiring from the session. So that is Young Maneuver and Careless Jackson, P9 and P10, now out. Well, once again, alright, my best wishes are with Jeebus John and wherever Danny JJ is. With Soak now setting a purple Sector 2 time, we could see another dethroning of Wise here. Of course, I don't know, but we could see it potentially. 2D now dethroning Wise with a 114.5. Now it's Soak's turn. Will Soak be able to dethrone Wise now? There's Trapalos now with a 115.1. And there he goes. Soak with a 114.4. Good God. So very interesting. Wise has proper competition here in Barcelona. I don't think we're gonna be actually seeing that dominance anymore of what we were predicting previously in Q1 and Q2. Now, we are seeing a little bit of fog rolling in, but I don't think it'll be too much of a problem for the rest of the drivers. But that could mean potential rain, but of course we never know. RB Llama has indeed joined back in P8 with a 115.828. Hey, that rhymed. The top 3 are X1 material. I would say that, yeah. I would say that, Asmo. Because currently now there's half a minute, or 1 minute and a half left in the session. With Soak currently being up front and nobody facing him. Wise is having to go back out on track for the first time ever and see if he can't find any form of pace to get up front. Sector 3 yellow flags as now RB Llama now retired from the session. $50 seconds. 40 seconds of closing. It's very much getting tighter and tighter for Wise, as he knows for a fact now that he's gone on, he cannot come back. It's going to be now or never for Wise here. As he goes through the corners of Barcelona. $15 seconds. Waldo now retiring from the session, and currently in P6 with a 1:15.6. So for a purple sector 2 time, we could see it. Could we see Wise getting on pole there? There's a bit of tire lockup from Wise there. He's absolutely throwing his Mercedes about. So here comes Wise. Will he do it? Yes, he will with a 1:14.456. 1/100th of a second faster than Suck. That's crazy there. Talk about a last minute pole position. As Joe Pelli, I believe, is currently the only one out, except Wise there, who has indeed completed his out lap. So to be honest, Yeah, he got you, but to be honest, P2 is nothing to scoff about by any means. And now there's Joe Pelli now going into the pits after Q3. Joe Pelli now retiring from the session. Young Maneuver stating, Wise is ungodly. And Soker saying and stating that first and second sector was close, but 30 got me. 0.007 let me die. Oh, God. So that's going to be the results of Q3. That's going to be Wise, followed by Soak, followed by Tootie, followed by Trapalos, followed by Waldo, followed by Joe, followed by Atchway, followed by Llama, followed by Young Maneuver, and followed by Careless Jackson in P10. As we now go on to our 5-minute break. Yeah, absolutely. Props to Wise, Tootie, and Soak. We're going to be seeing, I think, an absolutely fantastic race between these three drivers. Not gonna lie, I'm actually pretty hungry right now. Suppose it is 5 minutes, but meh. So here we have I always have bad gas in bed? Okay. He says, please wait, system processing. Please follow the instructions on the pin pad. Thanks for shopping at Giants. Now here's the real question. I know that or at least Soak seems to be a fairly clean driver, but will we see Soak and indeed Fletch maybe coming off the grid? But well, we have no idea of what we are going to see here today in this race. We could potentially see a wreck, but I don't still see it happening, even with two new guys. Zola announces that we go in 4 minutes. 3 minutes. I hope everybody's having a fantastic Sunday today. I know I am. Sorry for my loud clock. It's just tick, tick, and it's just so dang loud. Allow me to give chat a visual representation, if you will, of probably what will be happening today. This is a visual representation of what will be happening as lights do go out. Just yum, basically. Ah! Speaking of which, there's the devil himself! Jeebus John, texting in chat with still both of his arms broke. What an absolute mad lad! Jeebus John saying good luck to everybody else. And I do say the same to everybody else out on track today. I hope we all have a good race today, and hope nothing goes wrong, and I hope we see some fantastic action. So please, everybody, stay safe out on track today, and let's see some good racing, and good luck. It is currently, I believe, 12:01 p.m. I believe in UK time. Let me just check. No, excuse me. It's currently 9:01 p.m. in London now. And it's currently 11:02 p.m. now. And, well, the session has started. Good luck, everybody. And let's get ready to yell for lights out. And it's now 10 seconds now on the clock before we see the drivers out on the grid. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's get on with the Spanish Grand Prix here at Barcelona. 1 lights, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and ring for the lights. There we go! It's lights out and away we go here in Barcelona! There's Wise up front, but followed by Soap, followed by Tootie, followed by Trap, followed by Waldo, followed by Joe, followed by Llama. There's Joe again! As all of the drivers continue to go through, there's a bit of contact there between RB Llama and Joe Pelly, but everybody gets away cleanly. There's Soap up in front. Wise right behind, followed by Tootie, followed by Trap, followed by Waldo, followed by Llama, and the order continues. All of the cars continuing to get away cleanly. There's, I think that was a Smoothie 25 out on track. Oh dear, that's a bit of grass on the grass. Already I'm lightheaded from all of the screaming and yelling. And currently Zola is currently in the rear. Fletch in the Haas car trying to make it up, trying to make up lost time. Oh dear! Yellow flags, sector 2! It's the Williams car and the AlphaTauri of Atway. And the safety car comes out. And we see Soak up in front there. Already a crazy race. As currently we now see Soap, Wise, and Tootie, soon to be also with Trap Paulos, Waldo, Llama, Joe Pellet, And all the other drivers coming through, getting behind this, getting behind the safety car. Already this race has gone fairly crazy, only in the first lap. There's Atway, Young Maneuver, Kalish Jackson, and Edgar. Or no, excuse me, Young Maneuver, Atway. No, just Atway and Edgar now. Now coming, hopefully they will be coming out of the pits soon. Otherwise, it will be very much detrimental for the rest of their race. As we continue to see the Williams of Soak 6366 warming up his tires, followed closely behind by Wise with his Mercedes. As we see that silver Mercedes safety car now going continually through the rest of the track, as currently in the rear we see Edgar and Atway trying to make up for lost time and trying to continue to catch up with the grid. Now there's Atway. So already a crazy race so far. Smooth, Soak up in front now. It's still insane of how it seems an X3 guy like Soak is giving Wise a run for his money. And a very good run for his money, as we saw through the last couple of qualifying sessions. As there is now Edgar and Atway forming up with the rest of the grid, as the rest of the grid continue to either warm up their tires or just don't. It's always crazy to see all of these colors of cars coming through. As we see the continuing train of cars. As we're now watching from the back cam of the Williams of Soak. There's Wise right behind, raring to go for now just 30 more laps to go here in Barcelona. Well, as we're currently behind the safety car and everybody else is slow, we might as well talk about our sponsors. Now it's going to be One Tap, CD Keys, Clutch Control, and of course the rest of our other sponsors that I can't name right now. Hang on a second, I'll name them. Where is it? Okay, there it is. So I would like to thank, or we would like to thank, from XRL to our sponsors: ANS 3D, CDKeys.com, One Tap, and Clutch Control. Thank you all. We have to thank them for just allowing us to do what we do best, and, well, me anyways, to scream lights out and away we go. And there goes now the safety car coming in this lap by, as we now go back on green here in Barcelona. Soak's currently starting to fly away from Wise. That's incredible to see. Something we were not expecting while Wise was pretty much dominating in Singapore last week. As we see a lot of the other cars continuing to stay in the same formation, however, Soak continuing to just seeming to get farther and farther away from Wise, who's right up in front. Of course, Wise also has to watch it from the rest of the pack. That is Tootie, Trap Palos, Waldo, and RB Llama right behind him. Can we get any count of chat here, boys? Or is just everybody just as stumped as I am of what's happening? Soak is now officially nearly 1 second in front. 1 full second nearly in front of Wise, which never... Wait a minute. I don't believe my eyes. Soak's falling through the order. What's happening? Smooth now coming up near to Soak. Soak is indeed still there, but he's losing positions. Now he's back in 10th, having to let it seems his talent has indeed run out. Smooth now going past. It seems to be a full-blown nightmare for Soak as he continues to fall down through the order as Zola, Wise, Edgar, Young Maneuver all go past him. What has happened? Talk about drama in Barcelona. Soak has lost his touch and indeed fallen down through the order near to last place. I can't believe my eyes. All throughout we've seen Soak doing a fantastic job of climbing through the order and even besting Wise at some point in this race, but now he's just fallen all the way down. I can't explain it. Well, now Wise continues to stay back up in front, which is a normal position. DRS enabled now. Now Soak's now at the rear with Atway now being involved in one of the first wrecks, and there's Soak. I think he had front wing damage, which is going to be fairly unfortunate, but also I want to see if the Irishman can't make a fantastic comeback, which we could perhaps see. Now, of course, I don't know, but it's going to be fairly hard to unlap himself here as he now comes into the pits for a change onto the hard compound tires and indeed a new wing change. I think his wing was indeed broken, but I am not sure as he now comes out of the pits. And as he rejoins the track, I believe Wise will be closely near him. Oh, no, never mind. He's already been lapped by the rest of the grid. That's going to be 42 seconds. And he's going to have to try and make all of that up. I'm honestly interested to see if he can't make a large comeback. So I think that was, in fact, a wing failure. I think his wing was, in fact, broken. As there comes Wise's Mercedes, followed by Duty, followed by Trap, followed by Waldo, followed by Llama. Trapalos now apparently getting the fastest lap with a 1:19.528. Having a little bit of a fight there between Tootie and Trapalos there. However, Tootie continues to hang on. However, Trapalos, I think, will continue to try and find a way through Tootie to second place. There's Trapalos now with a little bit of brake lock there. I'm also continuing to watch the counter for how far Soak is behind Atway, because I'm honestly interested to see if I can't see a comeback here. As Trap continues to threaten as Trap continues to threaten Tootie's position, as now Wise gives a bit of brake lock there, and a little bit even more brake lock. The top three drivers continue to battle it out. Tootie continues to have the fastest lap here. I believe that's a 1:19.5. And there's the first penalty of the race. There's XRL Edgar with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So far, this season has gone fairly wrong for XRL Edgar so far. Although being in 11th position, his position is still under threat by Fletch, and indeed now Zola, who's overtaken Fletch's position. As Edgar continues to clamor to Young Maneuver. So far, everything is going on here today in Barcelona. I was not expecting this this much action, to be honest. Soak now setting the fastest lap with a 1:19.0. I am definitely sensing a comeback incoming here. I swear to God, if he somehow gets into the top 5 here, maybe even the top 3, if he wins this race, I'm going to have to interview him. It is going to be no doubt in my mind that I require to. As we're currently riding on board with BG Bullies, so far the track has now cluttered up into separate groups. And apparently, I believe that's going to be Bishop 4, Bishop 6 has indeed joined the session for some reason. So far, we have several different clutters, which I will describe to you. Currently, we have the top 3, that being Wise, 2D, and Trap Paolos in a little bit of a cluster. And then we have P4 to P8. That's going to be Llama, Waldo, Bullbeast, Low, and Joe Pelli. And then we have the third cluster, that being a small cluster of Smooth, Young Maneuver, and Edgar. And then followed closely behind that by Zola, Atway, Careless Jackson, and unfortunately Fletch. And back, and he's being threatened his position by Soak. Soak is here for his comeback, apparently. I have no idea what happened to Fletch there. Air Max 8841 joins now. We're getting a lot of other drivers joining the session. I don't know if this is concerning. However, so far, it does seem that Fletch will be the first to overtake. Oh! Oh! There's contact! There's contact at the hairpin there! Contact by... Oh! That's dirty! Fletch attacking Soak there, apparently. I have no idea what happened. This race is all sorts of crazy. First, Soak loses his wing. Then we have multiple people joining in. Then Soak's comeback, and now this. As Fletch now goes into the pits. Very unfortunate for the Haas driver. I can feel his frustration emanating from that car. As we continue to ride on with Soak, as Soak has currently chopped off around 10 seconds from his original time. And it seems Fletch will be under threat of being lapped. And here they come, the top 3, that being Tootie, Wise, and Trap Paolos now going by now. I must say, it's a fantastic show from these 3. But so far, with Soak currently nowhere to be seen, I think Wise believes he is currently safe if he can just continue to keep Tootie and Trap Paolos at bay. As long as that happens and nothing supernatural happens, I suppose, he will be set up to take the win here at Barcelona. Can I ask of what chat thinks of this? I haven't heard from chat since the race started. Chat, what do you think of what has unfolded? I am to believe that chat is currently in shock. As so far, we currently have not had our first... Oh dear! Fletch ignoring blue flag, apparently. I believe he's currently in the mix of back markers there. Soak now with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So far, it's all gone wrong for Fletch. Edgar with a 3-second time penalty. Again, that's going to bring him up to 6 seconds. Which is currently putting him under threat of everybody pretty much behind him. That being Atway, Zola, and Careless Jackson. So yeah, we've seen a fairly interesting development here already unfold. However, Wise continues to just constantly pull away, and indeed all of the top three. Waldo now gets a 3-second time penalty. Now 5 drivers all have 3-second or have time penalties. And there's the top 3 now flying now back through the Barcelona straight. I think Tootie and Trapalos are trying to work with each other, trying to find a way past Wise, but Wise is currently just unbeatable currently. I can confirm, Chad is at a loss of words. As currently we now have, I believe that's going to be 20 seconds now left in the session. No, not 20 seconds. 20 laps! Why do I think everything is seconds? Although I am indeed keeping my eyes up front with the rest of the grid, I'm also looking back at Soak currently to see what he can do with his lap. Because currently he's pretty much on his own, trying to find a form of pace. Fletch, just continuing to fall through the order there. Very unfortunate for Fletch. I know because I've been where he is, as there's Joe Pelli now stopping into the pit box. As Fletch now continues to break into the corners, doing fairly well. However, Soak is now 41 seconds behind Joe Pelli. However, he might not be that hard to catch up. After all, Joe Pelli is still in the pits, now coming out of the pit box now. So far, something that I have not been expecting today. Just absolute drama here at Barcelona. "19 laps left in the session now, as Wise continues to stay up in front. Also, Tootie has fallen down through the order back into 11th. Wise is now going into the pits, which will allow Trap Palos now to take lead of this race. And there goes Wise now out of the pits in P3, with some of the other drivers now coming through now. For a bit of a pit tire scramble, if you will, as we see this fantastic off and on track picture of all of the drivers going by as Wise now rejoins the track. With Wise now on the hard tires, it's going to be interesting to see of what he can do with them. Hang on. Details. Let's go to tires. So pretty much everybody is either on hards or mediums, with the top 5 currently, that being from Trap Palos to Edgar, being all on mediums, and then we have Wise and Tootie, and Atway, all on hards. Then we have Careless Jackson on the mediums. And then we have Soak all the way to Waldo on hards. And then, of course, we have Fletch on the mediums. as Smooth and that's going to be Smooth now coming into the pits, allowing Young Maneuver now up into the lead, followed by Edgar, followed by Trap Palos now coming out of the pits. And there's Wise now overtaking Trap Palos for third position. Now, with this cluster, it looks like RB Llama has now gotten a 3-second time penalty. Very interesting, and it looks like Soak has indeed come in clutch. After all, he's now 8 seconds now behind Zola. So this means that we will be seeing, I believe, Soak rejoining the race. I know he has been in the race for a while, but I mean rejoining the grid and maybe trying to bring a comeback now. But, however, Young Maneuver and Edgar are continuing to fly away, trying to hold on to their respective positions. There's a yellow flag there, and then immediately gets cleared up. As we're now on board with the BWT wing of Young Maneuver as he now goes into the pits. That will make Edgar now P1 of this Spanish Grand Prix, followed by Wise, followed by Trent Palos, followed by Tootie, followed by Atway, followed by Careless Jackson, followed by Young Maneuver now in the pits, followed by Waldo, Fletch, continuing to being passed through near a full lap difference. There's RB Lava and Waldo having a little bit of a fight there. The AlphaTauri and the Renault, they're refusing to back down. There's Bullbeast now with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. RB Llama now somewhat hitting the dirt there, as unfortunately for Fletch, there's nothing he can do here. At the back of the grid, he is forced to continually let cars by. All he can do is just try and muster courage and try to continue to see if he can't pass through all of the drivers and unlap himself. However, that seems that is not going to happen. We're going to now go up front where we can now see Wise, Trap Palos, and indeed Tootie, the original top three, trying to catch up to Edgar, who has apparently taken lead in this race through the constant pit differences. There's Trap Palos now with a 118 points. I believe that was a 0 for lap times there. So Trap Palos does, for some reason, have the fastest lap times here, so he could be a potential contender for P1. With Soak's 10-lap-year-old tires, however, not the oldest, however, getting pretty old tires, but we could continue to see the hard tires, since they are in fact hard tires. I think he's going to just continue to try and hold on and see if he can't catch up to Zola and indeed get back in the grid, with everybody now being pretty much spread out evenly across the field. However, pretty much there is continually the grid still forming within. And here are all 16 drivers as shown. There's Edgar, followed by Wise, followed by Trap Palos, followed by Tootie, followed by Atway, followed by Careless Johnson, followed by Llama, followed by Waldo, followed by Lowe, followed by Joe Pelli, followed by Bullbeast, followed by Young Maneuver, followed by Smooth, followed by Zola, followed by Soak, and then followed by Fletch. Here we have Fletch continuing to fall through the order. That's low there. Oh! Spinola! That's a Shmee there! He's done a Shmee right on the pit. Oh! Oh, it's gone all bad for Fletch there. Oh. He's unfortunately done a Shmee right on the pit entrance. He's fed up with what has happened so far, and his car will soon despawn. And we won't be able to see that again, but there's a little bit of debris there as now Soak comes into the pits. Unfortunately for Fletch there, he is now the first one out of the session. And what I'm getting apparently from the on-track staff, who's currently who has helped Fletch out of the car, he is pissed. There's no other way of saying it. He is fuming with anger. Right now, the safety car is currently waiting on the rest of the cars to apparently go round a second time. Yep, there's the safety car. Soak now 36 seconds on, I suppose in front, or no, behind Zola. It's currently 8 seconds, and as everybody now goes into the pits through pretty much a full tire frenzy, as apparently RB Llama will be the first one to catch up to the safety car. Oh dear! RB Llama has passed the safety car! Oh! RB Llama is disqualified from the session! I have never seen something like this before. He's been black flagged for... Oh no, he's been black flagged for the safety car. So now Joe Pelli is currently in the lead of this race. I have no idea what happened to RB Llama. I don't know why he just went darting past the safety car. I think that's our first disqualification of the season. I bet RB Llama is kicking himself now for that unfortunate incident between him and the safety car. I just don't know why he didn't see it. Maybe he was watching in first-person view and he couldn't see it through the halo. I have no idea. As we now come to lap 20 out of 33 here. We continue to see Joe Pelli now finally being up in front. Followed by Edgar, followed by Wise, followed by 2D, followed by Trap Palos, followed by Young Maneuver, followed by Smooth, followed by Atway, followed by Carlos Jackson, followed by Lowe, followed by Waldo, followed by Bull Beast, followed by Zola, and then finally followed by Soak, who's just seeing if he can't capitalize on the safety car. Jake Marsk asks, how fast would these guys be at Austria on a TT? I honestly have no idea. Are we talking like motorbikes or continuing to be in their cars? Are we talking on the Red Bull Ring, or are we talking like something like the TT circuit of Isle of Man? Because I have no idea personally. The Red Bull Ring circuit. So on motorbikes or in their F1 cars? Okay. I bet these guys will be pretty fast in the Austrian GP, which shall be coming up on the 2nd of May, which is going to be next weekend's race. Okay, here we are. We have our explanation from Llama here, as it seems also Soak has rejoined the rest of the grid there, as I believe the safety car will be coming in this lap by. So Llama says, oh, for goodness sake, I was concentrating because I thought if I sped up, I could jump some people in the safety car, but I just went by it and only gave me a second for me to slow down. So very, very unfortunate, as now we come under green now. Oh, it's okay, Llama. I'll bet you'll do better in Austria. RB Llama says that's 2 races I screwed up. It happens to the best of us. And to indeed the worst of us, including me. Oh! There's a Soak taking a little bit of curb there and having to save it. However, Soak is indeed slow away, as there's Zola, Waldo, Bullbeast, Careless Jackson, Low, and everybody else up in front of them. There's Bullbeast going wide now. That's interesting. BG Bullbeast now going wide now and being currently last position in this race. XRL Zola there. I think he's going to be the first to overtake from Soak. And I knew it. I could feel it. Here comes Soak's, basically, Soak's re-emergence to the top that we could see. What's the Discord for this league? I can send you it, actually. Although I don't know if I'm allowed, so I might, basically, I think when this Grand Prix is indeed posted on YouTube, you can go watch it there, and I think you'll be able to find the link there. Here's Soak having a little bit of trouble passing Careless Jackson. Oh! Does he save it? No, he does not. There goes his wing. Oh, dear. A very poor performance by Soak there, as he's now unfortunately having to crawl back to the pits. Very unfortunate. I thought we would be seeing a fantastic comeback by him here, but so far that does not seem to be the case. After all, unfortunately, now Soak has indeed broken his front wing, just like he did at the front of the race. Very frustrating for Soak there. The young Irishman, very much, I bet, infuriated in the Williams cockpit. But there's nothing he can do but pit. And unfortunately, as long as nobody else wrecks or has a disqualification, I don't believe he'll have another chance of redemption. Unless he can find some form of an opening window, as DRS is re-enabled. Edgar apparently now up in front now, followed by Joe Pelli, followed by Wise, followed by 2D, followed by Trap Palos, and that's going to round out your top 5. Edgar going to be currently facing under threat here by Joe Pelli, and Wise being right behind Joe, as there's Soak now coming into the pits. A little bit of a tire lockup from some of the drivers there, and I also believe a lot of tire lockup from Joe Pelli. Surely we already have, so it's called Extremer Leagues, or no, I think it's just called Extreme Leagues. No, excuse me, it's called Extreme Racing League, my bad. Basically, I don't think, no caps, no spaces. I know for a fact no spaces, as there's Waldo now with a 3-second time penalty there. Wise trying to find some way past Joe Pelli. Joe Pelli continues to be under threat by pretty much the rest of the grid, as you can see there from the rear of the camera. So, now 35 seconds back off of Bullbeast. As long as nobody else wrecks, that was his only chance, as now Wise gets back up in front. And indeed to continue to hunt after Edgar, who is still somewhat flying away now with 2.7 seconds. Yeah. As we continue to see, there's RB Llama now leaving the session. So, with another 3-second time penalty. Very unfortunate for him, And so far, a very seesaw type race for him so far, with 35.4 seconds behind Waldo, as currently now it's currently lap 25 out of 33, which means I'm gonna guess around near 10 laps to go. Wise now with a 117.8, having the fastest lap now, is going to be becoming very much, Edgar will be coming very much under threat by Wise here. Yeah, we're going to have to interview Soak out after the race here. However, it seems that Soak is indeed going to get a little bit of redemption here, because Zola and Waldo are now coming out of the pits there, and he will be able to get the jump on them. And there goes Soak with a 116.4 as he now thunders past Waldo and Zola now, as he now continues his, once more, his hunt up front, or hunt to the front more like. BG Bullbeast is the next person he needs to overtake. However, Bullbeast is very much far ways away, and nearly a full sector away from where Soak is currently. It will be difficult, but I don't think it will be too impossible from the from what we've seen from Soak here today. As Zola continues to lose pace with Soak, as Soak continues to stay in hunt mode. Edgar still leading this race, somewhat in an unnatural turn, because usually he's at the middle of the grid or near to the rear of the grid, but no, he's right out the front. He's in first, and I don't think he's looking to get his position taken back by any of the other drivers. However, Edgar, I bet, knows that this is only just a little bit that he can do this. Now Soak sets another fastest lap with a 116.469. However, Edgar will only get a little bit with these tires. After all, they are softs, and they degrade fairly quickly before Wise overtakes him once more on the mediums. With Soak now setting fastest lap after fastest lap, I don't think there's any doubt that he will soon catch up to BG Bullbeast. However, it's how quickly he'll be able to do it, as time is currently running out to get near the rest of the grid with his little screw up there, unfortunately, at the beginning of the corner, basically where Waldo is exiting and Edgar is entering. Now, lap 28 out of 33, so that's going to be... So around, yeah, around 5 laps to go. There's BG Bullbeast now with a 3-second time penalty. Very unfortunate for BG Bullbeast. As long as nobody else crashes out here, and as long as no safety car ever incurs here, I think we will be seeing Edgar winning this race, which is definitely something that you don't see every day, but that's pretty much this entire, that sums up this entire race for X2 this season. Okay, I'm now going to be transitioning over from tires to penalties, as currently Edgar has 6, 2D has 3, Low has 3, Bullbeast has 6, Soak has 6, and Waldo has 6. As it's now lap 25 out, lap 29 out of 33. Now Trappalos gets 3-second time penalties. Soak doesn't seem to be able to do it. However, he's continuing to try to clamber through in the dying laps of this race. However, Edgar seems that he's going to continue to try and fight to stay in first. And I will admit, it's going to be very interesting to see Edgar on the line here. But can we see it? Or are we going to see Wise trying to get up right beside him and pass him for the lead? There's Zola now with a 3-second time penalty. There goes, as well as with Waldo having 3-second time penalty, adding it up all the way to 9. Sasha saying super wise in the chat. Absolutely asking for his favorite Mercedes driver to get up front and indeed pass him throughout now 3 laps left. As Wise is right near Edgar. Edgar's going to get past. Edgar's going to continue to try and hold on, but it's not going to be enough. Wise retakes the lead here in the Spanish GP as Waldo gets another 3-second time penalty. There are 12 seconds full of penalties for him. Very unfortunate. And as Edgar will continue to be delegated with the rest of the drivers, there's Trappalos now looking to make a move, but he doesn't and continues to stay back in 3rd, as well as Tootie in 4th there. However, I think Edgar knows a little bit that he's a little bit outclassed here. After all, he's facing with the beginning lap top 3. However, their fight is currently glorious. And there goes Trap now in 2nd place as Tootie continues to try and look for a little bit of pace there on Edgar to see if he can't pass him. There's yellow flags. That's Zola. Zola doing a Spinella. I have no idea what happened there. I think, yep, that's Zola's wing broken. Very unfortunate. As now we come on to the penultimate lap of this Spanish Grand Prix. It has been a very dramatic race, but it will be interesting to see it end here. And hopefully this time round we can get Wise now interviewed for the first time in X2. But of course I don't know. As currently we have 20 people currently watching Onward. And it's glad to see everybody here, unfortunately now in the dying laps of this race. But it has indeed been a very, very intense race so far. And indeed all around, pretty much. As Wise is coming under threat now from Trappalos and Tootie. Now Edgar getting pushed back down to P4 and continuing to be lost. There's PG Bullbeast and Atsway now getting a 3-second time penalty. Wise is still holding on. Trappalos is trying to find a way, but no, he gets hardcore. And there goes Wise! Wise wins the Spanish Grand Prix! Oh! I said it too soon. Okay, so now it's the final lap. Forgive me, viewers, all 20 of you, that's extremely embarrassing. Oh god, I feel bad. Okay, so here now is the final lap of the race. Trap currently trying to continue to put Wise under pressure now. Wise having a little bit of a tire lock up there, but so far nothing facing him. I don't even think he's looking in his mirrors. I think he's just looking with the track in front of him. Trap Paulos and Tootie both are just trying to find a way past Wise, but so far it looks like there won't be a way past. Trap Paulos and Tootie nearly going somewhat nearly 3 wide there, and you cannot through that corner. I know that for a fact. But so far, Wise looks to take it home here at Barcelona. As Zola now goes across the line. The next one to go by will indeed be Wise. Wise wins the Spanish Grand Prix, followed by Trap Paulos in second, followed by Tootie in third. There's Joe Pelli in fourth, followed by Young Maneuverer in fifth, Edgar currently in sixth, Low in seventh, Smoo in eighth, Careless Jackson in ninth, Atway in 10th, rounding out the points lead. Next is BG Bullbeast across the line. And there he goes with in P11. And next is going to be Soak. So far, a very, very interesting, I would say, to say the least, race by Soak there. And indeed, an incredible drive by him. There's Waldo now coming up now. Oh! Waldo breaking everything as he just smashes his way across the line. And the next, finally, is going to be Zola, is going to be the next one across the line now. Lowe is ecstatically happy. He got some points for Team Ferrari there, unlike his teammate Zola, who's unfortunately coming in dead last. He's just cutting across the track. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. 13 seconds now. 13-second time penalty for Zola there as he now crosses the line and as he smashes through with his tire now broken. What a way to end. There's Wise now taking the win, taking that W. WSN Wise. There's Edgar apparently getting apparently the driver of the race, or driver of the week, I suppose. And there's Wise. Wise absolutely celebrating on the podium there with Trap Paulos and indeed Tootie there. Congrats to all. There's Wise there. I think that's Trap Paulos trying to put some champagne down Wise's suit there, showing him of how close he was, I suppose. However, personally to me, I think driver of the week is going to have to be Soaker there. Okay, so that's going to be the Spanish Grand Prix. Wise has finished in first, Trap in second, Tootie in third, Joe Pelli in fourth, Young Maneuver fifth, Edgar sixth, Low seventh, Smooth eighth, Careless Jackson ninth, Atway 10th, Bull Beast 11th, Soak 12th, Waldo in 13th, and Zola in 14th. And then we have Llama, who was unfortunately disqualified, and Fletch, who did a shmee right on the pit wall. So far, a fairly crazy race that we have seen. But next now, let's see if we can't actually get people for us to interview. I'm guessing Sasha, Andre. Sasha, if you want, I could do a little interview session between Soak and indeed Wise, and I know you want to interview, or at least get your questions from Wise after mine. So if you want, go ahead and pre-post all of your questions for Wise, or just all of your praise for him, if you will, I suppose. As we now get back into the... Oh, no! It's kicked me out! It's kicked me out. No interviews. Dang. That kind of sucks. I suppose that's going to be the end of the session there, so no interviews. Sorry, Sasha. So I guess, yeah, that's going to be your Spanish Grand Prix for XRL X2 for round 8. Tune in next time for round 9 of the Austrian Grand Prix as we go lights out on the Red Bull Ring. Oh. Also, a little bit of a noob play by me. Apparently I left the session. That is all kinds of embarrassing there. Sorry, Sasha. So yeah, that's going to be Spanish Grand Prix. Tune in next time for the Austrian Grand Prix as we go lights out at the Red Bull Ring. If you did enjoy this broadcasting, please follow XRL League, or the Extreme Racing League on Twitch. Give us a bell to notify you when we go lights out next week in Spain. Or no, not in Spain. We just went to Spain. In Austria. I had to think of it a little bit. And if you're watching this in post, please subscribe to the Extreme Racing League channel. You can also watch Dev League, X1, X2, and all of the other ones that are all fun to watch with fun commentators like myself. So yes, indeed, if you did watch and you did like this video, please subscribe. Turn on the notification bell, like, and share with your friends, and comment of what you think what will happen in Austria next week. But for now, that's going to be it from me in the commentary box. So I want to thank everybody who has come out tonight, and I want to say to everybody, please have a good night.